What's up, OBB fam? It is Toast. And when it came to their tagline, the Ed Morse Automotive Group could have said anything, but they went with backed by Morse. They want their customers to know that when they buy from Ed Morse, they are backed by Ed Morse. And right now, during the Get Backed event, every vehicle is on sale and backed by Morse. New vehicles are backed by Morse with price protection promises. All used vehicles are on sale and backed by Morse with thorough inspections and warranties. Even your service is backed by Morse with a price match guarantee. Shop hundreds of new, used, and certified pre-owned vehicles, all the best makes and models, all on sale, and all backed by Morse. Ed Morse even has your back with low finance rates on all your favorite vehicles, and you already know their lower finance rates mean lower monthly car payments. So make this the year you get backed by Morse. Shop an amazing selection of vehicles with unbeatable deals, all backed by Morse. Find a location nearest you and go to edmorse.com today. But remember, you're only backed by Morse when you buy from Morse.
The OBBs are very proud to welcome LifeWallet to our family in 2022. This revolutionary technology is changing the game in the medical field. The LifeWallet app locates and structures your medical records in one secure location, so you can access them easily and efficiently. Currently, your medical records are inconveniently stored by healthcare providers across multiple platforms. The hurdle we as consumers face with the current structure is that these systems do not interconnect. The solution? LifeWallet facilitates the interconnectivity of your entire medical history, from birth to present day. Download the app today at either the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. LifeWallet. The time is now.
One thing the OBB fam adores is a quality beer. No one better to get it from than South Florida's own The Tank Brewing. Located at 5100 Northwest 72nd Avenue in Miami, they've got 25,000 square feet of liquid innovation happening, 16 taps, and a great kitchen. If you can't get down to the brewery for a pint or a tour, you can find their product on the shelves of your local Publix or Total Wine. So go grab a six-pack of Loca or La Playita or Frank the Tank and pop one open as you listen to an episode of the Orange Bowl Boys. The Tank Brewing, the official bar of the OBB.
Hi, I have a question for you. Is your family protected if something happens to you? Would they be able to avoid immediate financial hardship? Would they be able to stay in the family home? Would your kids still be able to afford to go to college? FYI, being a Miami hurricane isn't cheap. Thankfully, there are plenty of affordable solutions so you can make sure your family will have the financial protection they deserve. Through term and whole life policies, we can make sure your home's mortgage is covered. We can assure that your children will have the money necessary for their education, and we can make sure your spouse is taken care of. We are contracted with over 40 of the best rated insurance companies in the industry, so we can find you the best option for your needs and budget. To get your family protected, call Greg at Symmetry, 954-734-0921, 954-734-0921, and go Canes.
Coming to you from the middle of Canes country, you're listening to the #1 rated football podcast in the Dominican Republic.
Hola.
These are the Orange Bowl Boys.
Brought to you by Ed Morse. Join the 1.75 million people that have been backed by Morse. With the price protection promise, Ed Morse will match any competitor's price or refund you up to $7,500.
Here's Toast, Roman, and Scoop.
Welcome to the Mario era, Chapter 17.
17 de Mario. 17 Mario.
Wow, that was
sounds
very
thrilled.
subdued. Yeah, you sound happy to be here. Holy shit. Should we reschedule?
Should we restart this or come back Monday or
How you doing, buddy?
I don't know. I can't see that. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Yeah?
Are you in the one end of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Parkland poked him.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
poking us. 11-1.
Poker's
11-1.
poking you.
11-1.
All right,
On to the next
Clemsoned.
one.
You're getting Clemsoned?
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
Clemson.
I feel like Al Golden right now.
They might have to fire the head coach.
Yeah, good game for the head coach to miss, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked for Mike Norvell a couple years ago,
true.
you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
We could have just sat here, and we could have been here for an hour. It's becoming a regular thing that Toast and I sit in here, and we're looking at each other, and we're like, "Where's Ro? I don't know. Where's Ro?" We text Ro, "Hey, we're here." He goes, "I'm here."
I'm waiting on you.
I'm waiting on you. It says that I'm waiting on the host to accept me. I'm here.
Yeah,
it's the same link every. You see, I have a solution for you. It's the same link. It's the same link.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's the same link we've been using for a year.
When you're the recluse hermit of the three, I was using the Force Up link. I get invited to other pods, so that's the link that I had. And it was the last one that it was chronologically. So I'm like, let me just click that one.
Here's my suggestion.
I'm like, oh, wait a second, where am I at now?
Take this link and bookmark it.
Yeah, and I did that, and guess what happened like 2 weeks ago?
Amazing.
We ended up going to a different link, and I went to the old link last time, and you were like, go to the newer link. I was like, when did we get a newer link?
No,
then I went, and before I went to Force Up, I went
right here.
Yeah, okay.
Takes me right here every week. Well, click button. This is right there, riverside.fm studio.
Plenty of stuff to get to in chapter 17. We got some splashy NIL deals showing up. The baseball team, boys, cannot lose. And our old friend, IP Daley, sent an unexpected stream of consciousness. And I will warn you both right now, he is not happy.
Oh, boy.
Why?
Yeah, not happy. We'll deal with that when we get to it, but yeah, just fair warning on that one.
Locked him in the basement again.
I think she locked him out of something.
It's been closed for quite some time.
But before we get into stuff, get down to Green Tree. Gentlemen, with every single episode, we get a little closer to the launch of OBBLegend.com. And Scoop, you told Ro and myself to stay away from the web meeting this week, and it was just you and Wes, and you guys were working on aesthetics, and well, from what you showed me, the word clean comes to mind. Looks pretty sharp, brother.
It's clean. It's taken, I don't know, 10 renditions. I'm not sure Wes is terribly happy with me.
You're
but
OCD about this sort of stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking down to like the pixel. If it's off a pixel, it bothers me. So it's really taken quite some time to get it where I want it, and he agrees. And it's looking, I'm going to be really, really proud to send that link out to people, and really, really proud to put that link out there publicly, because when you log in, you're going to see some clean. It's going to be nice and crisp and sharp and simple and in your face with content and video and sponsorships. It's awesome. It's day by day I get more excited.
I will say this. You got something to add there, Ro? Oh, okay. I will say this. This podcast, I second everything that Scoop just said, but this podcast, as you all know, over 4 years, one of the things that we are, I think that we take pride in is that we try to keep things very real. And we certainly will call people out, and we will take shots at you if you something bad happens, or, you make a boneheaded thing or get a bad loss on your record. It annoys me to have to bring this up, but I feel like I have to bring this up, because if we're going to take shots, you have to admit when maybe one comes back at you. And that is the fact that a couple months ago, you might have heard us kind of bragging and puffing our chest because we were up for College Sports Podcast of the Year. It's worth noting that we did not win that. We lost to a fucking FSU podcast, dude. We lost to, and it really upsets me. It really pisses me off. But I just had to just throw it out there because, hey, how come they haven't brought that up? Well, yeah, we lost. We found out like a week and a half ago that we lost that thing and came in second and runner-up, and it is annoying because now we have a loss to FSU on our record as a podcast, as a threesome.
Yeah.
We don't have a win, but we have a loss.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still hate to be those guys, but it's okay.
Sure.
It's all right.
Yeah, well, it's not all right. It's not all
no,
right.
They have just a podcast, though. Just a podcast.
True.
That's all they do. We got a couple other things going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if there was the multimedia end aspect of just that kind of realm podcast, I think we win.
If we face them next year, this is all about a fan vote. Y'all better show up next year. We better win next year. I'm just going to say that. Damn, that annoys me.
Do it. That's all right.
All right.
That's all right. We know we're better than them.
We do. We are. Should we, I know we got Avante Williams coming up today.
Oh, it's Tay Day.
Tay Day.
And
got plenty of stuff.
segment within a segment.
Yes.
Yeah.
A rogue-created
awesome.
segment.
Credit to Scoop.
Oh, was it a Scoop-created segment?
Well, he came up with the red pill, blue pill.
Oh, I thought you came up with that. Okay, I'm sorry.
I came up with that.
Oh, well,
No,
there you go.
and then we're gonna ask him a certain amount of questions, and then after we ask him the certain amount of questions, we're gonna see if he can astutely pick up on how many questions we asked him, because that's going to be the segment.
Okay, well then we got stuff to do.
Because we've got 5 questions, and he's gonna have some fastball, real quick hitter questions.
Oh, he's bringing it out early.
Questions.
So I got to say this. I was talking to my buddy. He goes, I really hate that too. And he's next to me because we were in class today. And he's next to me. He goes, I hate that. He goes, 5 questions.
Don't encourage
I was
me.
like, bro, I know.
Don't encourage me.
no, God
I'll put that
almighty.
shit on loop.
Put on a ringtone.
All right, well, we got plenty of stuff to get to because we had our second scrimmage, and we have Mario audio talking about that second scrimmage. So we're going to go ahead and get our asses on down to Green Tree, kids.
Line 72. Line 800.
Go! So with the spring game coming up Saturday, just a couple of days away at Drive Pink Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, a sellout crowd. Granted, tickets were free, but 18,000 going to be filling out the stands of Drive Pink Stadium, the site of the former Fort Lauderdale Stadium, right? Lockhart Field.
Yeah,
and
Lockhart Stadium.
the spring game was there for years. Actually, the last time I went to a spring game was actually at Lockhart.
I think it was for me as well.
So that's, I feel like that's like 10 years ago. But so this is going to be fun. They had the second scrimmage this past Saturday. We have audio from Mario. Why don't we go ahead and start? Obviously, you remember he said the defense won scrimmage number 1. So how did everything go in scrimmage number 2?
More progress, and a lot more positives on offense this time. Scrimmage 1 belonged to the defense. This one belonged to the offense. It started up front at the line of scrimmage. It started with finding ways to keep the sticks moving, overcoming penalties, overcoming situations, and then getting downhill. Got downhill in the running game and made some really big plays in the passing game, and everybody did. The tight ends, the wide receivers, the running backs, and then credit to the defense for finding a way after the first drive to find a way to stop the offense in the red zone and force field goals, and then eventually win the 2-minute drill. So some pretty good back and forth, but overall the day belonged to the offense.
There we go.
It's exciting. It's nice to hear him say that the offense rebounded from the first scrimmage. Maybe there was a little bit more installed for the second scrimmage for the offense potentially. I mean, that's certainly an option.
They're feeling each other out.
Yeah,
they're feeling each other
was that
out.
were they having a track meet behind him?
I'm not sure what was going on, but yeah, they were
Talking
using
about
the
javelin
overhead.
or
You're
something,
right.
didn't
Possibly. Again, the last meet on that track field before they tear it up and build a new facility.
My takeaway from that was the fact that a leopard doesn't change its spots, because he credits the offense and then he's like, "Yeah, we played physical."
Starts with the offensive line. Yeah,
starts with the offensive line. Said the offensive line.
Man,
guys.
I will tell
It
you.
doesn't start with the quarterback.
no, starts up front. I've never been so excited to have so many offensive line commits. Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
Because
The
usually
guy
you're
from
like,
what, New Zealand or
great
Australia?
Offensive. Oh, that guy.
That guy.
They call him. But just because they know, they're going to get here and they're going to be coached to be maulers, right? I don't know. That's exciting to me.
He's from the right part of the world, right? We always, it's this fascination because they make some strong people. that realm out
Yeah,
there.
the South Pacific. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Big Joe's influence maybe over there, They're like brick houses. Just can't move them.
Wiltfong. I think it was Wiltfong said that he was talking to some coach and the coach referred to him as a creature.
They say he's very
That is
raw.
your
That's a new
report.
one.
Creature report.
Creature report.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
You have to be a
Creature
dad
report.
to-
No, I know it.
Creature report.
I have no
It's a good
idea.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Right over my head. Mario was asked while the offense won the day, how did the defense grade out?
I like the fact that we hung in there. Right? We just kept playing, and we got to learn that we got to create our own juice. A big play shouldn't deflate us. A 12-play, and I think it was a 15-play drive to start off where the offense scored should not deflate us. We got to learn to rally around each other. We can't be a front-running team, and you got to practice that. Tackling has to improve. We got to be knockback tacklers. We're not there yet. There was some flashes of physicality. I thought up front, Leonard Taylor really popped today with a couple negative plays. We need to play with better technique up front. Jafari Harvey just goes 100 miles per hour all the time, always forcing plays. Thomas Davis, the guy that has to be singled out as well. He's made a lot of plays this spring just with relentless effort, technique, and toughness. So all in all, again, there's some progress on both sides, but the day belonged to the offense.
I mean, listen, man, he talks about the tackling. There's no way that's going to be a situation that is resolved overnight with it have been. I mean, it's been an epidemic for this team for the better part of a half a decade. So he's not going to come in here with the same crew and just fix that. That's going to be a process, I'm guessing, over the next 2 years.
You know what he referred to that as?
Well, you got to get new people in here, don't you, Ro? I mean, the guy. I mean,
They have a portal for that.
well,
Yeah,
okay,
they have a portal,
well,
for
okay, sure, yeah. We'll just we're getting another 15 quality tacklers.
What I take from that, though, he doesn't want just good tacklers. He wants knockback tacklers, right? I feel that every word he says isn't scripted. It's not a politician's way of speaking. It's just brilliantly put. Like, if you go back and listen to that again, every single word has its place and has a meaning. This guy knows what he's doing, right? I mean, think about it. He's talking to his players this way. So all of those words are sinking in. I can't wait to talk to Tay, to be honest with you. It's a different type of stuff.
Well, he's going to say, offense won the day. Offense won the day. I can't wait for him to come on. We'll get into the idiosyncrasies of it. We'll see exactly from a player's perspective what was going on scrimmage 2 before and Lou spring game. It's upon us. Sold out. Welcome to the Mario era. Sold out. I don't think Rick sold out that. No, I don't think so, right? We went to that Rick Lockhart game. I don't know if Manny had it. I don't think anybody cared. Golden was all over the place. But, and listen, kudos to the admin that figured that out. Miami fans in general, we're fair weathered. Hello. Every sport down here, Heat, Dolphins, doesn't matter. We got to talk about the Dolphins later for some reason. Does not matter. But when you have a quality product, and you haven't even put it on the field yet, but you have it, we see it in the coaching staff. We see it in, how they're developing the players now. All the portal talk with all these names considering us. It seems like all the 5-star kids at least have us in the mentions, right? And now you're selling out spring games. It's not rocket science. I'm just saying.
Mario talked about who the MVPs were of scrimmage number 2.
Tyler Van Dyke, first and foremost. I thought Xavier Restrepo took over, really made some big plays.
2 for 2.
Elijah Arroyo made some big plays. Jaleel Skinner made a big play at the end. Both Thad Franklin, Henry Parrish, even Cody Brown made some plays today. The running backs had a good day. I think Jacoby had a nice one. Keyshawn had a nice one. They spread the ball around really well today. And most importantly, the guys up front. The guys up front did a really good job. About the tight ends and everything. And, especially like the details of the C area blocking. The play action shell and the protections that go with it, eventually getting out and being a check down sometimes. All that stuff was really good.
Well, there you go. He mentioned someone who's no longer with the squad. Cody Brown went into the portal, but at least he went out on a high note, so he'll get quality reviews from Mario and other coaches. Go ahead and call and ask, about what he's all about. Hey, listen, man, he played until the very last day for us, so good job by Cody. We wish him well wherever, and also Tariq Austin Cave, the other one. With both those guys, all the luck in the world wherever they find a landing spot, and I believe they will both find a great landing spot. So good job there. But man, listen, TVD and X, we've been preaching this for ages since the season ended. We're like, this is gonna be the tandem next year.
Yeah, to some's dismay.
Yeah,
like, hey, why don't TVD start? Yeah. You know, and you mentioned a couple Porta moves toast, and it just goes without saying. And listen, anytime you have a new coaching staff, the promises, the previous one, they're null and void. There's no more promises of playing time at that point. What they value is going to be different than the last staff valued. And here we are. And listen, we're going to get in front of this now. There's going to be more portal moves. We said 10. It's marching up in that direction. I think you're going to see even more after the spring game. Now, you might have the instinct, or you might hear rival fans with the instinct that, oh, Miami's in a bad place. Oh, they're defunct. I mean, what's wrong with their culture? There was a problem with the culture. We agree. And things change. Obviously, the evaluation prerogative of Mario Cristobal, which we hold in higher esteem than we probably do and did for Manny Diaz, he's going to bring in his caliber of ball players. He's going to bring in his caliber of toughness. There's going to be some changes. But on the forefront of it all, we wish every single one of you the best and most success. Stay healthy, find a squad, ball out. Thank you for committing to the U. You signed that deal. To us, you're still Canes because you considered us. Move on, do great things. Great things.
I'll say this, guys. You look at, with Cody leaving, you look at the running back room from top to bottom, and you include Citizen. And, bro, it's like these are all top tier. Like, there's not a lot, I think, separating one from, like, what, 5 here. I mean, these are all top tier guys now that are going to be going balls to the wall competing. This is going to be fascinating to watch, to see who literally now, solidifies themselves as the top 2 guys.
Yeah, there's no room for error.
No.
They are going to have to earn that spot and keep that spot. As Alonso said, if I come off for one play, that's one play too many, because I'm scared that the guy behind me may never let me get my job back. And that's the type of competition that you're going to have all around the field, or that Mario is going to create for this team all around the field. But certainly now, in that running back room, you are going to have a dogfight when it comes to clawing their way to the top. I'm excited, man. We haven't had that stuff in a really long time, where you had guys who ended up. I mean, think about Gore, right? You think about Gore, who blew out 2 knees, sat his third most rushing yards in the history of the NFL, right? He played behind the other dudes who are Hall of Famers as well. So it's exciting. I'm stoked, and the tight end room is loaded. You mentioned Jaleel. Which we've told you from
Arroyo.
We told you Jaleel from the jump. They can move him around. He's a nightmare. He's a different type of athlete in that tight end position. It's exciting. The offense is going to be really exciting.
Before we get into our guest, we'll be talking with Avante Williams. We got to talk about the NIL deals. So all of a sudden, we had Leonard Taylor get a car. Was the first one to get a car, I think, about a month ago or something like that. Then a couple more Dodge Chargers went out additionally over the last couple of days. And then, then yesterday, just like a mic drop, TVD, the quarterback, is prancing around now in a BMW 7 Series for his NIL deal.
Well, I don't know how much prancing he's doing, but I'll tell you that
driving.
Gold.
Yeah.
That gold really accentuates his complexion. Like it is.
Yeah.
It is a good fit. It's a good fit for him. Yep. I will tell you this. I've never seen the red interior with the gold extra. I've never seen that. I was texting with him earlier. I was like, that's a nice combo. I had red with silver. Never seen red with gold. That's pretty dope.
Saying it was a custom.
He's got red hair.
You saying it was a custom build?
I don't know what it was.
Wow, nice.
I don't know. It
Nice.
was either we can't get rid of the gold because it's gold, or he wanted gold. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten confirmation either way on that. I'm trying to dig into that information.
I want to go back, and when they first allowed this NIL to come out into the open, in the Pandora's box, I said, and I quote, Miami is going to benefit the most here because of the major media market. And even though we don't have that huge alumni base that some of the public schools have, our alumni make up for it because there's a lot of high-paying jobs down here, and there's a lot of alumni who've gone to be very, very super successful, and you're starting to see it. So all those under-the-table Dodge Chargers that like Nick Saban used to dish out, we put out a 7 Series Beamer. That is fantastic. And I put one tweet about that TBD, and thank you so much. I mean, you were our first NIL, you and Xavier, and you continue to be, and you're an amazing dude. So proud of you, and I just put, God bless you. God bless you. Amen. Enjoy your Beamer. Yes.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in Tallahassee, Florida,
Jordan Travis, the FSU quarterback, can't be seen walking around town. So the Rising Spear NIL program is pleased to present you with your very own slightly used 2022 Chevy Spark.
He's got a bike horn?
Or was that Norvell's nose?
What is that?
That was Norvell's nose.
That's the Chevy Spark horn.
Hold on. The delay. The delay between Spark.
Oh, boy.
Before we get into Tay, it'd be worth noting that ESPN threw out their preseason FPI rankings, and the Canes came in at number 18. Gators at number 25. Florida State was listed as the team most likely to be relegated to FCS.
That Division 2 or 3? I still don't understand.
That's the one
difference.
below us. That's like with Harvard and Yale and all those guys. Yeah.
Right, but those guys
Jackson
are like
State.
smart.
That's Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who. Yeah. So that works, man. I think that, we're better than Florida. I think 18 is a fair. That's kind of in my head. I was like around 15, so that works for me.
Yeah, all on the backs of Mario and the staff
And
that
the quarterback.
assembled. In the
He's
quarterback,
helpful.
correct. He's helpful. Still got a little bit of holes, but I'm pretty confident after the spring game, you just might see the portal moves pick up. I really think that the Coastal is primed for the taking. Not going to predict it anywhere close to it yet. I'm just telling you, though, and you just heard Avante Williams and his demeanor and just how he's all bought in, and he embraces the portal. He's like, I embrace it. If you don't want to compete, leave. I love it. That's old school Kane as old school Kane. You could dub that next to like Alonzo. Alonzo dubbed that. It's the same line. It's the same DNA. We get a couple more players up in here. Things might get very, very interesting year one for Mario Cristobal.
Yeah, I think you really need to wait on your assessment until you see who's in fall camp. Because this team is going to have, an 8 to 10% turnover between now and August. So that 8 to 10%, that's a big number. That's a big chunk of a team.
It's either a whole offense or a whole defense. Close to it. I mean, you got 85 scholarship players. So if we did our over 9.5 and got to 10, you added 11 players. You might end up adding 11 starters. You got a guy like, somebody out there named Mims who's hit in the portal from Georgia. You're able to land him. Don't know where he's going just yet. That's somebody that's going to probably start on your offensive line. You can change. Joe Burrow came into my program before my son went over to the Miami Hurricanes, and he got me a national championship, and I got me a lot of hamburgers and hotties, and it was the hotties that cost my job. But I'm telling you, one portal move.
Listen,
you can change the face of your
You guys were
program.
talking about the fact, if we have 10 new guys coming in, we're probably going to have about 10 guys going out. That's a total of, that's a turnaround of 20. That's a quarter of your roster when you're talking about 85 guys. So it's big. It's a huge with, 10 in and 10 out. It's a lot of different faces.
I'm listening to the economics. I'm like, wait a second. 10 left and 10 came back.
not
We got
it's
20.
Well, no, but you have like
But
20
it's
different
10.
people. Like it's like a
No, it's 10 different people.
no, but you had 10, the 10 that left and the 10 that coming in. That's a total of 20 people.
Well, you had the 10.
That's a total of 20
Yeah,
people.
you had the 10
Yeah.
that left. So
Don't
the
mess
10
with my
people
math and
in
my
or
logic.
new.
Don't mess with my logic. That's like 20.
I was
That's
going
20.
to let it go, to be honest with you. I'm surprised Ro caught it and he went with it.
Listen,
I was just going to let it ride.
he can't even click on a link. All right.
He caught that, though.
He did. He certainly did catch that one. Yes, he did. All right. We got to talk about the baseball team. They're number 2. They are 27-6, 13-2 in the ACC. They've won 14 straight, and I will say they are 16-1 since I called for Lovelady to replace Gino. I like to, that aged well.
Yeah, strike 2
Aged
on
well.
us. Hey, we're manning up to
you
this. Yeah, we lost to FSU.
Maybe
And
it was just maybe that was the catalyst.
I like to think
that,
so.
That changed everything, as you said last year. That turned it on a dime.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe that was it because
They rallied to
they
save their
have
coach.
gone lights out at the light.
You know what has changed? There's a couple of things that have changed for me. You know, being a baseball guy, that was my thing. The thing that changed for me, that changed the face of this program, or the baseball side of it, Carson Palmquist as your Friday night starter gives you an opportunity to win every Friday night. He baffles people. The thought process and the move to make him your Friday night starter was brilliant because that's not what that was at the beginning of the year. That transitioned after.
But let me ask you.
So now that Carson,
I agree,
okay,
but let me
go
ask you
ahead.
this: why? I feel it's kind of like a Manny thing.
Why did it
you
take
should
so long?
know that. If you know that
I do
you're
know
going to
what
get,
happened.
if you know that you're almost every single time going to get a win in the first game of a weekend series, why not put him? You should have known this. You should have seen this. I'm not railing on anybody, but that was you said is brilliant. It was obvious. Should have been done anyway.
Now it's obvious. Now
Well,
it's obvious.
should-
Now
well, think about it.
The Sunday
Think
starter
about it.
who's
It's the
now
most
back into the
important
thing.
starting game of the week.
Yeah. And it's just so and Toast is going to appreciate this. He's like Chris Sale. He's our version of Chris Sale. All day, every day, left-handed. He's not like going to like touch the radar like 94, 95, 97. But man, he makes everybody look completely baffled up there. He keeps everybody off balance. ERA is great. Walters is closing just gasolina, bro. And then just you watch, you got a bona fide like first rounder at third base. You got a bona fide first rounder in Yo-Yo at third base, bro. Like his swing, his approach, and that was number 2. The fact that you moved Carson Palmquist to number 1, and I feel this year they're just hitting so much better. It's not just hitting; it's their approach. Like I'm seeing guys hitting 3-2 changeups for grand slams. I'm seeing Yo-Yo go deep on a 2-0 slider. You know what I'm saying? It's these guys are dialed in, they're locked in, they're hunting speeds, attacking zones well. And it's just changed them, man. It's changed them. It's refreshing to see, man. And then was like, wait a second, how close are we to being number 1? Did you see Tennessee's record? Oh, they just lost.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but it's still like 32.
Yeah, no, they're
2.
just Tennessee's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're 1.
Yeah.
They're number 1. They're number 1.
So this pod drops on Thursday. It is not a Friday-Sunday series this weekend at Vodtech. It is today through Saturday. So game 1 is happening this evening. Game 2 is an evening, and then Saturday they'll be playing, I think, at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, but listen, man, props to them. I don't know what it was that has spurned this, but 14 straight and solely atop the ACC right now at about a little more than halfway through the season. So they're rolling, man. It's good to see. It's fun to watch. And all these games, if you get the ACC network, you're watching most of them.
Let's go.
I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast with it. Nice to see it.
Before we pay some bills, we got a unexpected. I did not think we were going to get an IP Daley report until fall camp opened up. Normally, we don't hear from him all spring and summer long, but he sent a report in. So this is the one and only IP Daley, and he is not happy.
I'm IP Daley with my stream of consciousness. Dateline Miami. where the Orange Ball Boys are imminently launching a new digital publication called the OBB Legend. Look at you three. Seems like just yesterday I first met you all as you were hanging out in the alley behind the Culture Room in Fort Lauderdale. Now you're trying to become the next Rupert Murdochs. As I look at the impressive roster of writers you're assembling, I can see only one name missing. Mine! What gives? I've been providing you with the best content you've had on this rambling clusterfuck of a podcast since the early days. Now, you're launching this website, giving out gigs like a hooker gives out STDs, and I don't get a call? Who's the managing editor of this mess? I demand a meeting. I interviewed George Myra on a fishing schooner off the coast of Key West in 1962 for crying out loud. Have any of these children you've hired ever done that? Nope. But I'm sure they all have huge Instabook followings. Me, I have a Twitter account with 109 followers that I don't even have access to. Until next time, I'm IP Daley saying, offer me a gig within 24 hours, Orange Ball Boys, or I will tell the world what the three of you were doing in that alley.
Let's not go down that road.
It's getting hot in here. He's hot to trot, huh?
Well, Ro, you have fun with him.
Wes, who's designing a brilliant website and working with us lockstep in key. Wes, we have to add IP Daly's contribution profile. I'll work on getting a picture.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit difficult, but IP, you're hired, bro. Totally oversight. Wow. You're 1,000% right. You will have a contributor link with your Instabook following. I got you. Oh, my goodness.
All right, before we get into our boy Avante Williams, listen, I'll tell you what. I was alarmed to see that our buddy Beating the Bookie is not feeling well. However, man, it pays off for you because I guess, Scoop, he's just going to drop all of his golf picks for free on his website?
He already did.
Yeah.
He already did. He tweeted out the link, and you can go right to the site, right to the page, and he's got his golf plays for the RBC Heritage this weekend. One of the really cool events on tour because it's right after the Masters, and it's in a really, really cool town on the water there. You get the plaid. You go from the green jacket to the plaid jacket, the red plaid. And, the amount of plays last week for the Masters, so many and so close to that weekend being such a massive win. Ended up being about even, I think, in the Masters. But Cam Smith floundered his way to miss the first round leader, doubled one, and then had a two-stroke and then doubled 18. To bring it back and fall back behind the leader there, and then had a chance to win it out on the weekend. But 2 max plays hit for him, max play of under 278.5. Now, I do want to bring this up. This has nothing to do with Beating the Bookie. The play he gave out was 278.5, under 278.5, which is 10 under or more wins that bet, right? A lot of people couldn't find it at 278.5, and the consensus number was 277.5, meaning that the winner had to be 11 under or better to win that bet. Scotty Scheffler is 12 under on 18, 5 clear of the field. Hits his driver up the right side, fine. Hits a second shot onto the green. Fine. 4 putts.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
3 putts from 3 feet.
Wow.
Wins the tournament with ease and costs the bettors tons of money.
Wow.
Because he shot 278.
Oh, wow. That's gambling.
So
that's
BTB's
gambling.
number one. Mm-hmm. BTB's number one. And Scheffler 3 putts from 3 feet to cost everybody a shit ton of cash. Unbelievable.
Wow. Well, listen.
It was just nuts. But, man, 2 max play winners. Look, the Masters is the best week of the year. I got to tell you, I was a little disappointed with this year's Masters. It's pretty boring. But Scheffler, my God.
Well, the
4 out of
first
his
2
last
days were
6.
fun with Tiger. Tiger making the cut and just the
made the
hoopla around
cut.
it. He fell apart on Saturday and Sunday with back-to-back 78s or something like that. Worst rounds ever. But also, listen, I'm sure BTB is going to have some plays for you. NBA playoffs are starting. And when you get those plays, no place better to go ahead and play them than by downloading the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code TPPN. Bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game during the play-in tournament and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code TPPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And then what do you do with that money, Ro?
You know what you do with that money? I can tell you exactly what you
Talk
do
to me.
with that money because I'm staring right now. Miami Hurricanes combined U and mascot rotating lighted wall sign. What? Miami Hurricanes bottle cap dangler? What? Miami Hurricanes retro lighted wall clock? A Miami Hurricanes original oval rotating lighted wall sign? Miami Hurricanes oval...
Got a lot of rotating
Miami
stuff happening
Hurricanes
there.
standard pool table light? This is just like... What is this stuff? This is like every little minutia thing. Like, this is wonderful. And it's Caneswear. Caneswear at Miami Fanwear. Welcome to Caneswear, 2511 South University Drive, Davie, Florida, 954-835-5597. Free shipping on all orders over $99. It's the fastest shipping in the West. By the way, you know where I get that from? Fastest shipping. He's the fastest going in the West. Speedy Gonzalez's cousin. You don't remember?
I remember Speedy Gonzalez, yes.
The following discussion is not being censored by OBB Media Inc. for anything that might be deemed mildly offensive to our Mexican brothers and sisters. While we wait, let's learn some fun facts about our neighbors to the south. Did you know that Mexico declared independence from Spain on September 16, 1810? Viva Independence! Did you know that Mexico's population as of the 2020 census is just over 126 million? Because it is. Next time you're with your friends, impress them with your knowledge that Mexico's currency is called a peso. Did you know that Mexico's motto is, "The homeland is first"? Because I definitely did not know that. And I've been to Cancun. This song is called Mariachi Morning. Mariachi is a genre of regional Mexican music that dates back over a century. I like it. It makes my hips move. These fun facts were taken from Wikipedia, so who knows? Now, back to the Orange Bowl boys in progress. Donata.
Oh my goodness! All right, listen, we got to
They're
take
gonna
a
make
break.
us have to cut that part out.
Yeah, possibly. We'll take a quick break. Well, no, we won't. We just had the break. We got to bring our guy in. We got to bring the one and only Avante Williams in. Hang on a second. Let's see if we can find him. Well, this is very, very cool, everybody. We've been talking about this now for a couple of weeks and just so absolutely thrilled after the first time that we had this young man on that we were able to strike an NIL deal with him for the season. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a starting safety for your Miami Hurricanes, Avante, as we like to call him, Williams!
Yo.
How you doing, Tay?
Yo.
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Dude, we're doing fabulous.
And every time you come on, it's Tay Day.
Yes, sir.
So, you have payday. Everybody has a payday, right?
loves
Fridays is typically a payday. Now, before we get into it, if I say, how the hell do you get fired on your day off? Do you know what movie that's from?
Friday.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, because that's like from the same era as the Matrix.
It is. I think it was before the Matrix, to be honest
It was
with you.
before the Matrix, I think, yeah. But that Friday spans generations.
Oh, my God.
So then...
Well, hold on a second, though. Wait a minute. He knows Friday, and I'm assuming from his smile and laugh he likes Friday, but he hated the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah,
I don't understand what's going on here.
Ice.
I didn't watch it.
It wasn't Dr. Dre.
I know, but it's like
so
the
you know-
same. It's the same dudes.
Hold on. There's a OBB alumni kind of like Easter egg in that movie, and I don't know if you know this, but did you know a former University of Miami quarterback's mom was in the movie Friday.
Her name was Felicia, right?
Yeah,
That's right. And the quarterback?
Who was the quarterback?
Brad Kaya.
Yeah, that's crazy.
that is
There you
absolutely
go.
a small world,
Lot
man. When we
Felicia.
learned that blew me away.
And then we teased him one time, Avante, because we're like, hey, Brad, how many times have you heard "Bye, Felicia"?
You heard it a lot.
All the time.
like
His
all the
entire
time.
life.
His entire life.
You know, it's
At least
crazy.
once a
I didn't
day.
think that was true. I really didn't think that was true.
Oh, yeah. It's very true. All right, Tay, so listen, man, we're in the middle of spring practice. We're almost at the end now. We got the spring game coming up. You've had a couple of scrimmages. We just heard audio from Mario. Said the defense, you guys won scrimmage 1, but the offense won scrimmage 2. How has it been out there in these scrimmages so far? Like the intensity, everything. How much fun you guys having?
It's really fun, but it's really intense. Like I don't think it's like no time to play. Once we get to the scrimmage, my bad. The scrimmages it's more intense. It's more like, as if like it's a game. So I mean it's fun, but I mean you got coaches yelling. Everybody's like hot and everyone's going. So it's like it's different for sure, but it's definitely scary. Like,
Who's crying?
You know what?
Which one's crying?
that's my
What's going on?
youngest. I gave him a bottle and everything, man. I apologize.
But I just wanted you to say, listen, we love it, man. Like the top two right here, we're dads. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the reality is that sound. Enjoy it, Tay, because you know what happens. You know what happens with that sound, Tay. It turns into, hey, Dad, can I get some money for an iPad?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, can I get the keys?
Yeah.
I would just say the intensity's there. I would imagine that it's in comparison to last year, spring ball. What's the difference in? Was last year you guys just having fun, having a good time, you know, and enjoying yourselves, but not that intense? And this year, totally different ball. It's all business now.
Yeah. It's all business. The coach is chewing out everyone, even the water people. Like you're not bringing the water fast enough, he on you. Like so, it's not a game at all. Like it's full throttle, and that's basically how the practices are too. So I wouldn't even say the practices and the scrimmages are any different. It's all the same.
So, someone just burped. Someone just got that bottle and burped. Yeah, baby. Good job.
That's the best.
That was awesome. That was spectacular.
Hey, timestamp that. We're gonna use that.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
All right, so let me ask you this,
I love
Tay.
it.
You're talking about the level of intensity and how it's just business. After practice is over and you guys are talking amongst yourselves, is everyone cool with it? Are they embracing this new attitude and this new intensity, or are there some folks who are like, "Yo, bro, this is a little too crazy"?
Nah, everyone embraces it. So it depends on what kind of day we have as a defense, though, because some days we may have a bad day on the back end, and then it's like we didn't have a good day, so we're not gonna go back to the locker room and be like excited. We going over like what we gotta fix and how we can fix it. It's like it's serious. It's like as serious as it can be. So if we have a good day, then yeah, like we feel good. We happy. Like we had a good day.
So we know there's going to be some attrition. We know that spring ball is going to come and go. There's going to be some guys that leave. Can you spot it? Can you see it? Can you see the give up, right? The dudes that just simply aren't made for this type of leadership?
For me, it's hard to spot, to be honest. It's hard for me to pick out the guys that can't handle it, because from what I see, everyone is bought in to the program. Everyone's working. I don't really see anything negative from any of the players.
It's tough, Tay, because and I want to expand on that question that Scoop just asked you, because it kind of prepares you a little bit for the guys who are talented enough, and you are, to play in the league.
Yeah.
Because it added this free agency thing, right? Next thing you know, you're locker room buddies with a dude, you're talking to him, and next thing you know, he's no longer part of the program. Yeah. And as no sooner does his name come off the locker, a new name comes on the locker. Right. And it's kind of like, you know, it's a catch-22, man. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but when you see somebody leave, but then somebody come in and buy in, like, what are your takes on this free agency that's entered from the player's perspective that's entered college football?
I actually like it. I think if you're scared of competition, go. If you want to compete, come. If you want to compete, stay. And I think it keeps everyone locked in and on their toes. Like you gotta be on your A game every day, because like you just said, it's like a free agency. Like you can be gone, you can be here one day, gone the next. So you gotta be on your A game every day, or somebody else gonna come and take your spot.
Yeah, that's the different aspect of it, right? Because you don't know who's coming in. You don't know who they're out there trying to get, who's going to come in and potentially be in that position to potentially take your gig, right? So that is, back in the day, you had the locker room. You knew if you could beat out these 4 guys that you were set. Nobody else was coming in. You had freshmen coming in next year, maybe some transfers. They'd have to sit out a year. Now you always have to be looking over your shoulder, like you said. Be on your A game because you never know.
I think that makes, honestly, in my opinion, around the whole program, I think that makes it better because like there's no time to play. Like nobody should be playing or take anything for granted. Like you got to come with it every day. I like it. Like don't come playing. Like it's time to go. Every day you wake up, you brush your teeth, wash your face. It's time to go. Like. From start to finish, it's go time.
All right, so Tay, what sort of things are you expecting from the spring game coming up on Saturday? Do you know already how many reps each of you are going to get? Are there any like assignments like that? And any rules already set, or is it just going to be a full-on just go until we go?
No, I'm not really sure. I'm looking at it as if it's another practice, though. Like I'm not trying to make it like a big deal or anything.
Going to be 18,000 people out there.
Hey, I know that the spring game sold out. And we were talking about
that's fun.
And Tay, we're gonna bring you back in there, and that's what I'm saying. Miami fans, we had Alonzo Highsmith, and he said the challenge, right? The challenge. It's different. Miami, you live here, right? There's so many things to do, and then like the fans will just find things to do. But now they've committed to you guys, like the coaching staff. Oh, by the way, real quick question before I go on the rest of that diatribe: is it cool like looking over and seeing JT on the field? Like JT, I mean, he's a former NFL, former, but he's a Hall of Famer.
We got a few,
Jason Daley.
I believe we got a few Hall of Famers.
Yeah, got a couple of them out there. Yeah.
Pardon me. Yeah. But now, and I expect the attendance to really pick up, and I'm really happy for you guys because now the challenge is back on you guys. Right, because if you go out there and you ball out and you buy in and you go out there and you whoop that ass, those seats are going to keep pounding and keep pounding.
Yeah.
And we were there on that magical night when Notre Dame came into town, and you will never hear something as loud. So we'll be there. Yeah. But now you guys do your thing, please. Yeah. Please.
I really want to get that experience. That was crazy. That was a crazy night.
I think you will.
All right, so Tay, let me ask you this. We've been seeing pictures of all the former greats that have come back and have been visiting campus. Who is the one that came back that had most of you like, yo, look who's over there, look who's over there? Who had the current players buzzing the most when he showed up on campus?
For me, it was Trick Daddy, of course. Like, it was Trick Daddy.
Nice.
It's not even any players, Hall of Famers, whatever.
Trick, we're used to Hall of Fame players. They're right there. They're always here.
Trick Daddy.
Oh my God, how great
is
that?
I see Ed Reed every day, so I mean, no one else can really excite me. Like anyone else come in, it's just like that's nice.
Okay,
it's a pleasure, but I mean, I see Ed Reed almost every day, so I think that's as good as it gets for a guy at my position.
Yeah.
So when we had you on here the first time, and this is going to be a regular thing, so for those who haven't either paid attention on Twitter or heard about our announcement last week, Tay is going to be joining us every week during the season. He's going to give us a recap of the prior game, a preview of the next game, Tay's takeaways. I mean, I don't know. I'm stoked. So we have the preview for the spring game now, and then next week he'll be on again with us to talk about the spring game and how everything went. Back to my original point, we had you on and we asked you who the hardest receiver on the team to cover was. So I'm going to touch on that again, but I want to know the two biggest surprises, offensive player and defensive player, that you've seen through the first 3.5 weeks of camp. And is X still the toughest guy to cover on the offensive side of the ball?
The two people that really got my attention from the offense and defense would be defensive. I would say DJ Ivy. In my opinion, DJ Ivy has really stepped up, being a leader and communicating and just making plays and being better at his technique and just overall. I would say DJ Ivy and on offense. Probably Elijah. Probably Elijah.
Mm-hmm. You know, because Mario touched on it, and he's like, tight ends had a really good day. So
yeah, definitely tight ends. And then I would say X is still.
X is still the dude.
Yeah.
Hey, any chance that when they hand the ball off to Thad, you think to yourself, "No, man, I don't want any part of that right now."
Nah, I don't think that about nobody.
That's our boy. That's it.
He's definitely big though. Like you got to come with it. You can't come in there playing.
So is this the time we do this?
Yeah.
You know, because we call him Neo. So in the movie The Matrix, which we're gonna, by the way, we have big plans for you, Mister.
Oh yeah, we do. We've discussed this.
Yeah, we're talking with a venue too. I think it'll be nice for you because we're gonna just culture you on the Matrix movie. And we'll go to a nice little place. We'll sell some tickets. You take all the proceeds,
and we'll watch the show.
And we'll watch you watch the Matrix, so you understand why your name is Neo. So it starts because he asks him a question. He says, "Do you want to have the red pill or the blue pill?" So we're gonna go rapid fire. Okay. Red pill or blue pill? Ready? Halle Berry or Rihanna?
Oh, Rihanna.
Orange and green birthday cake or orange and blue birthday cake?
Orange and green.
Oh, you know why we brought that up, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
In light of your quarterback, are we driving Mercedes or a BMW?
He was supposed to get a Hellcat.
But for you, are we going Mercedes or Beamer?
I'm going Mercedes.
Nice. The number 6 or the number 7?
Number 7.
Meat pizza or veggie pizza?
Meat pizza.
Do we just Netflix or do we just chill?
Ooh, we just chill.
Yes.
And then final question, would you rather have 10 tackles or 2 interceptions?
2 interceptions.
2 interceptions. All right. That's the segment, but I have to ask you. Do you know how many questions we just asked you?
5.
7.
7. Wow.
There you go.
That'll be it.
That's for you.
There'll be 7 questions every week in the red pill, blue pill segment. If you guys don't know why, it's because that's the name of his daughter, and it's very, very special to him. So we're going to keep it at 7 every single week. New segment in a new segment.
Yeah.
I like it.
And listen, this segment was better than the last segment because what you're not seeing, because you're obviously listening to it on a podcast and then it releases on YouTube and we'll do the clip. He's being such a good father, and the whole time he's just literally rocking back and forth, trying to hide it, but trying to console his baby from talking. So I applaud that. I was there.
Oh,
I know the feeling. It gets better, I promise you. But
I remember the middle of my back felt like somebody had put knives in it. You know what I mean? Like sitting there rocking and hope, because you don't hold the baby like down, you got to hold it up.
That's
and it's like just,
right
oh my God, right?
Well, listen,
Especially
Tay,
at 3 a.m.
We are so super excited to start having this relationship all season long, and we'll see you again next week to recap the spring game. But listen, go out there on Saturday. We're all going to be out there. Have fun. Everyone get through it nice and healthy, and then we'll refocus on the next 3 months and get ready for the season. But we're looking forward to seeing you out there on Saturday afternoon, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Always.
Always.
And hold on. Where'd it go?
Boy. Oh, boy.
Well, we got to talk about your new apparel line's coming out.
Oh, yes,
right?
we do. Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Come
on. Merch. We got Tay merch.
We got merch. Oh my God, there's so many text messages in here I can't find it.
So where do we go to get the merch? Is there a website?
It is at fanarch.com. Right, so we're going to go ahead. We will tweet the link out. We will always support that. And I'm looking at it right now, fanarch.com. And you just search, Avante Williams. So you go to fanarch.com, search Avante. He's got all this stuff, man. He's got his hoodies. He's got his long sleeve shirts. It's got Tay Day everywhere.
Nice.
15 Avante. You know what I don't see on here?
What?
I don't see Neo on here.
We'll work on that for you. We'll work on that. We'll have it out there for the season.
Oh, well.
Let me talk to whoever's running
and
this
let us
stuff.
do that because let's talk about your quarterback who was supposed to get a Hellcat. Because you want to know where Tyler Van Dimes came from?
Yes.
Us. This show.
Bro, we were about to go. Yeah, this show. They were about to go to like legal blows with us. They're like, you're lucky you didn't pursue that. We got talked out on the list.
Considered it.
Well, we were saying, Tyler Van
We were
Dimes.
first in line for that trademark. We were talked out of it. Like a mob boss talks you out of things.
Yeah, it wasn't really like a cordial talking.
No, yeah.
It was more like
It was more like Mario's pissed at you.
This is business.
better for your health.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Let's let Tay go be a dad. Do your thing, my man, and we'll talk to you next week. Good luck
We'll
Saturday.
see you Saturday, and then we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right. See you, buddy.
All right, man. Take care.
5 questions.
All right, let's do this thing. 5 questions. Number 1. What makes you both sad and happy?
Oh, that's easy.
It was easy for me as well.
Okay, it's gonna.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just so you guys know, I have a new thing that I'm instituting for 5 questions, and because generally Scoop doesn't have answers because he doesn't look at the show sheet. So anytime that Scoop can't come up with an answer, instead of us just moving on and letting him get a pass, I'm going to begin listing off the accomplishments of Hillary Rodham Clinton, and I will not stop doing that until he comes up with an answer.
Oh, I thought you were going to go like the whole Impractical Jokers thing where it's like, so we actually win this thing, and if you don't win, we get to tell you what to do. Hey, Scoop, go up and punch Chris Rock in the face.
Such a good show.
All right. So what makes you both happy and sad?
Well, for me, Miami Hurricanes football.
That's what I was going to say. Over the last 20 years, Canes football. Canes football.
But that's why I said it's easy.
Scoop.
All right, start listing them out.
You got an answer for this one?
I do have an answer. Watching Tiger play at the Masters this weekend.
Oh, there you go. All right, yeah. I see that. Yep. Dude, he was limping pretty good on Sunday when that round was over. Walking up the hill, that was a pretty good limp going on there. I bet he did not get off the couch on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a tough gig, man. It was great to see him. It was great to see the hoopla. But yeah, it's sad because it was, I really enjoyed watching history or approaching history on so many levels with him, and he's going to come up just short on a lot of the big ones. And it's because of injuries throughout his career, and I like seeing history. I think it's pretty awesome. I think one of the greatest moments of TV that I've ever seen is when Cal Ripken played in that consecutive game streak.
Yeah.
And he got to take his curtain call around the stadium. I mean, history's awesome, and we're not going to get to see as much as we hoped with Tiger.
Number 2. Where do each of you stand on wearing shoes in your house?
That's a tough one. I hate shoes in the house. I hate shoes in the house. Here's my problem. I am often in dress shoes. And when I forget something, which is every time I walk out my door, and I have to go back inside, and I have to go back up the stairs, I'm not taking them off. Because then I got to put them back on, and I already have my suit on, and I'm not doing it. But I hate it. Every time I walk up the steps, it drives me nuts.
Ro?
That's a good question.
I have a rule with a certain pair of my shoes because those shoes don't come into my house because those shoes have seen everything. And they've stepped in everything. So that those shoes typically don't see the light of day. I'm okay with like sandals kind of a thing, slides around the house. But typically, I don't want shoes in the house. It's not because no shoes in the house. I just don't want my shoes in the house. I'm more comfortable. Like I'm in bare feet right now, so it's like I just feel more comfortable walking around with my feet
like
in my house.
Your feet to be
socks,
cold. Yeah,
socks.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm socks. But I will tell you this: I refuse to be barefoot outside. Other than like a beach.
Right. But does it drive you crazy?
Like, I don't understand. Like when people walk on the street with no shoes on. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong?
But what if your kids do it?
Oh, I get pissed.
It drives you nuts.
Go put on some shoes.
Maven came out yesterday. She's walking around in the driveway, no shoes on, and then she goes and she gets one of her golf clubs out of her bag and goes to swing in the grass. I'm like, put shoes on. And she's like, I don't want to wear shoes. I'm like, go inside and get some shoes. Give me the golf club.
All right, so I don't ever wear shoes. I pretty much wear flip-flops or sandals all the time. So I wear them in my house all the time. I cannot go around barefoot in my house, and I don't like walking around just in socks. I can't do barefoot because we have tile everywhere, and I have a dog and I have a cat that go outside, and so there's always going to be like sand or like a little like there's always going to be like you clean the floors and 2 days later it needs to be done again. I mean, it's just ridiculous when you don't have carpet. So we only have carpet in the bedroom. So I can't walk around barefoot on, and I don't like walking around with just socks on. So yeah, I just wear flip flops all the time.
He does wear flip-flops all the time because the Orange Bowl boys can confirm this. We're going to pull you behind the curtain a little bit.
You going to do this?
Because we have a very iconic photo that you see of Toast wearing shoes. Those were photoshopped.
Yeah, you'll notice in that photo, my shoes are the exact same direction as someone else in the photo shoes.
That's not true.
Well, I believe it is.
Nope.
No.
They're not. Nope. They're not the same direction, and they're not the same size. They are changed. The sizes were changed, and they were skewed because I didn't want them to look exactly like mine. I'm not an amateur when it comes to Photoshop. Okay, I know how this stuff works. But that is true. He got out of it. We're like, bro, where are your shoes? He's like, I forgot. And he's wearing his sandals.
He's like, I
have an issue. I have an issue to bring up. We went and we met at a bank today that was completely pointless. However, when we got to the bank, where's that UM hoodie?
You didn't bring him?
He didn't bring him.
He didn't bring him.
He didn't bring him.
Unbelievable.
He's holding it up. That's great. Phenomenal. Yeah.
Here's one.
You're such an ass.
Two. I forgot to give them to you. I brought them.
Good God.
I just forgot. Here they are.
Oh my God.
and I'm not going to the spring game because I'm going to Atlanta.
I know.
And it's about to be 94 degrees.
Exactly. We won't wear those things until next year.
One good place I'm going to be able to wear them is upstairs.
I'm bringing mine to Atlanta.
You can give us those next year at our season-ending party at the Tank.
That's a good idea. That'd be nice of you. We'd appreciate it.
All right.
A tank brew sounds
equipment
so
room
good right now.
Equipment room.
Yeah.
If you're listening, if by chance you're listening.
No.
I'm going to give you my address.
Yeah, Scoop's going to give you my address, too.
We've never had issues.
All right. No. Question number 3.
Everything goes to Scoop's house, and I got to drive all the way down there.
What jobs specifically exist because people suck? I'll go first on this one.
Okay.
Prison guard.
Good one. I was going to say parole officer.
Well, there you go. Sure. Rome.
dentists.
Dentist.
Well, people, I mean, that's like people suck because they're just not diligent in keeping their own teeth cleaned?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, suck has a lot of different ways you could go with that.
Yeah, I get it. You know, when I first read that, I thought about my Bob's Barricade guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's from down there.
When I read that, I first thought of a female porn star.
Took me half a second to figure that out.
A quarter of a second. I just beat you to the punch just a little bit.
All right, question number 4. In what has turned into a rather risque version of 5 questions. What is something super common that you have never done?
No, he's gonna say it again. He said it again.
No, that's not my answer. That's not my answer.
He said it again. I knew when I read the question, I was like, I know where this is going. I know what he's gonna say.
That's not my answer.
I'm gonna break it up. I'll say
I haven't been to
diving.
Okay.
Oh, I have.
I've never done that as well.
And I don't know if I'll do it again. It's great, but it's
a lot.
Taxing. Yeah. Well, not if you do it. There's a couple good beach dives that you have. There's one up here off the Blue Heron Bridge. It's one of the best beach dives actually in the country. You got a cool little like aquarium down there, a lot of fish, exotic fish. It's really, really cool. Let's see. That's a bad answer, but it's the one that keeps popping in my head. I haven't been to the new Star Wars like place in Disney.
There you go.
I want to go. I want to build my own lightsaber. Come on.
I got one of those on the wall.
Oh,
I've been there.
Toast.
Yeah.
Toast. VR, the Oculus, has that Star Wars game. Right? And and it was probably one of the coolest experiences, and it recently just happened I ever had in my life. Because within like 5 minutes of playing this game, I'm face to face with Darth Vader. And I'm like, he's reaching at me, and I'm like reaching at him back, and he's telling me to grab this holocron. It was the coolest experience I've ever had in my life. It was so awesome. And then I had to go outside and like climb up ladders, and I got sick. I can't play the game again. I get too much.
Too much. You got it.
It sucked.
Really?
I was sucky. Yes. I started having to try to climb ladders to get outside. I'm outside his temple on Mustafar. I'm like getting chased by stormtroopers. I'm like, I took it off. I put it down. My captain brought it for me to play. I'm like, thanks, dude. He goes, what happened? You just left it on my bed. I was like, I feel like
oh, Jesus.
Didn't that suck? I get that. Like, we took the girls to Disney for Maven's birthday, and we did like the Ratatouille, right? There's this new Ratatouille ride. This was amazing. I'm on it for, 11 seconds. And the entire ride, I'm doing this. Looking down, because it's not just you moving, it's everything flying around you video-wise. I was like, I mean, holy hell.
I remember being fine on rides until I was about 12 years old. I used to look forward to it. I was the kid on the Gravitron that was like flipping upside down, like would come out and they would yell at me. I was a daredevil. And then one day I just walked on like the like rotating floor on one of those fun houses, and I puked in a cup.
Yeah, that was it.
And I have been motion sick, like the motion sickness that's followed me like on boats, and if I look down too much on cars, on VR games when I'm trying to shake hands with Darth Vader.
Barf.
Sucks.
My answer would have been I think I said it before, going to Vegas or being in the Mile High Club. I don't know how common being in the Mile High Club is. Seems like when I was growing up, everyone had claimed they had done it.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You've never been to Vegas?
Never been to Vegas.
Wow.
I know. I've never been to Vegas. I need to go to Vegas.
I wouldn't say you need to go, but
wife says I need to go.
I'm the same way.
She says you got to go once.
You have to go. You don't need.
Okay, but that's like, I don't know.
You know what though? We're South Florida babies, right? You've been here long enough to consider yourself a South Florida baby. That heat? Oof. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's like having a little person that's invisible that you can't see. Okay? Just follow the imagery here. With a hairdryer.
A big hairdryer.
That you can't see. Pointing it at your face. And it is like obnoxious. It is like, where is this guy? I want to, like, it cannot be that hot. There's just no way it is that hot.
But it's a dry heat. Shit, you can't breathe. Like there's no moisture.
Right.
So it's like this fog of heat that like you breathe in, you're like, God, like it burns you.
Yeah,
it's wild
it's a
stuff,
hairdryer,
bro.
It's a hairdryer. It's a hairdryer.
It's wild stuff. But when it's cool and it's brisk and it's cool. It's a cool place to be. You don't need to go. It'd be all right if you went down.
I can go. Maybe check out a Raiders game. Maybe go during March Madness or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll go BTB next year.
There you go. All right, last question. When it comes to nostalgia, what's your first thought?
(1871) Southwest 81st Avenue, Davie, Florida 33324. That's where I grew up.
See, I'm going with Christmas as a kid. Hillary Clinton spent over 40 years fighting for children and families, which is probably her biggest accomplishment.
Yeah,
fighting for women's rights, health care for 9/11 first responders. Yeah. Had a huge role sitting there in the killing of Osama bin Laden.
You know what I'll say? Did she kill Osama bin Laden?
Well, she was in the room with her hand over her mouth in the gas.
Her face when they
yes.
Oh my God, they just shot him in the face.
Secretary of the State.
God damn it, I can't believe you brought her up.
2-time senator from New York.
Right. Mm-hmm. Getting my pilot's license.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It was a good... Yeah, I mean, I think of Christmas as a kid, and I think of going between my mom and my dad's house and waking up from my mom's and driving down to my dad's. I think all that stuff, but get my pilot, that was... I mean, I was 17, I think, when I got my license.
When's the last time you flew?
Ooh. Yeah, it's got to be probably 15 years.
You miss it?
He's not allowed to fly.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not allowed
to
fly.
You do miss it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to?
He can't.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm. No, he's not.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? Do I got to go back to the I-75 going across 3 lines in your vertigo?
I have instruments.
Now, what happens if you get vertigo in the air? Like 10,000 feet. You almost killed me.
It wasn't my fault. I will tell you this.
And it's not going to be your fault when you're flying a plane. That's exactly what happens.
I did get vertigo flying once. Pitch black. I was coming back from Key West. It was probably midnight-ish, right? And I took a shortcut, right? I didn't follow the Keys up. I just went direct. And when you go direct from the Keys, if everyone doesn't know this, you go direct from the Keys up to Lauderdale, you're over the Everglades. You're over the marsh and the water the entire time if you don't follow the Keys up and follow the lights. And, I was upside down there for a while. But you just got to look at the instruments. Got trust, as I do. They tell you every day, trust your instruments.
Okay. Didn't work out well for JFK Jr.
That was gross.
I trust my instrument.
Trust my instrument. Oh, my God.
What?
It works every time I call on it. The instruments.
5 questions.
So bonus. I mean, it's not going to be a 5 questions, but I want to get your take on this. So San Francisco, I don't know if you saw this, Toast, like just baseball. They were up 8 runs.
The
guy
yes, I saw that. Yes, yeah. And yeah.
What are your
so I have an issue. I don't know. I guess maybe as I've gotten older, I really am just annoyed by the unwritten rules. Like, I mean, my whole thing is like, if you don't want us to score on you, then get me out. Like, but if I'm up by 10, so what? My batting average should suffer. I should not try to get on base when I mean, dude, a successful hitter only is successful 33% of the time. They fail 66% of the time, and you're just supposed to give up one of those opportunities because why? We're up by 9 runs. Like, get me out then. Like, get me out. Like, sorry, I'm over that crap. Get me out.
Yeah, and for most of the unwritten rules, I agree with you. I'm totally on the opposite side of the fence on you on this.
Okay. Then put in a mercy rule. End the game then at 10 runs.
Hacks at it. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You lay down a bunt up 9.
But the other team's going to try to come back, right? They're trying to hit to come back on the top half of the inning. So what? Then call a mercy rule. One side has to stop trying.
It's a waste of time, and I totally agree.
Ro, you're a baseball player.
I just know not to do it.
Right.
Like,
you don't do it.
I know not to do it.
Dumb.
I like when my kids we got up big in a game. Today we're down big. We actually lost the game 11-6, by the way. Started off bad, but it got better. I've been in the games, and if we're up 11-1, I'm not having my kids bunt. Well, first of all, they're kids, and it's different because at that point, why am I having you bunt when you're 11-1? Take your swing. Now, take it
You just knew
to
not
the
to do
adults.
that.
Take it to the MLBers. I mean, I don't know. It's just I'm not going to do it as a hitter because I'm up big. First of all, I'm probably going to get some pitches to hit because I'm up big, and they just probably want to get out of this inning. So I'm going to go up there swinging. I'm not like that's like
it is like
I don't know.
It's like
if you're going to go up there,
Will
punch
Smith and somebody.
Yeah,
think about that dude, and I know the feeling. That dude, right? He bunts and he gets on first base, and he's over there and he's thinking to himself, "That was pretty fucking dick of me." You know what I mean? Like,
no, he was like, "I'm trying to win a game." That's what he said. That was.
How do you guys feel about the 26th batter in a no hitter laying down a bunt to ruin a no hitter?
Ooh, that one I kind of get. Because
what if you're losing 5-0, 2 outs in the 9th, and you lay down a bunt strictly just so that you can mess up the no hitter?
Oh, so wrong, bro.
You got to know you have to know that's coming as a third baseman. You're just gonna have to just like, hey man, just especially if he's a plus runner, you got to know your guys. Like, hey dude, I'm trying to break up your no, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
how about I'll tell you something that's even worse. How about today? Kershaw gets yanked. He's through 7, perfect with 80 pitches, and gets pulled.
Yeah, the manager.
Have you lost your
somebody had a no going?
Dude, Kershaw came out and said he backed Roberts. He said blame the lockout, dude. He said blame the lockout. He's like, my arm's not up to it. I couldn't have gone another 2 innings.
Sack
it's 80 pitches.
You know what? He's in
on.
Playoff mode. Kershaw.
Playoff mode. It's like Game 7.
It's a hack. It's a hack in the playoffs.
Yeah. How did that work out for when they had Blake Snow for Tampa?
Exactly. No, absolutely.
And how did that work out? How did that work?
Yes, it
cost
did.
you a World Series.
So ridiculous.
Yes, it did. Listen, I would
did
love.
Kershaw one off the mound? Did he
history.
ask to not go back in?
I know, but all I know is that I saw the headline after the game that he backed Dave Roberts saying blame the lockout.
I almost feel like he has
what's he going to say?
He has to say
you're 4 games into the season.
Go and, I know baseball cards are making a comeback. Go look at some old baseball cards and the back stats, and there was a stat on all the baseball cards, CG, complete games. And look at how many complete games starters used to have. Oh, my God. Now you're lucky to have. Now, honestly, in all of baseball for an entire season, you're lucky to have like 10, 15 total complete games at the most. You used to have starters that did that on their own throughout the season. They'd have 30 starts, and 15 of them would be complete games.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, like 130 pitches sometimes, 120, and everybody. Yeah, okay, 130 pitches.
Every fifth day, 130.
Different.
You got 4 days to rest up, kid.
And I don't. And it seems to me it's like the Tommy John surgeries are more on the rise. Like the more people are hurt these days than less, and they're giving them more rest. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think it's all these brutal youth schedules.
Hey, well, you got to be a little bit smart about it. We're about to shut the kids down again for like about a week. We shut them down for a couple months at a time. I'll applaud our system. We are so countercultural. The baseball down here, you guys are dicks. You guys have no clue. You have no clue. Oh, the more experienced, the better. There's no reason why your 10, 11, 12-year-old son should be playing 120 to 160 games a year. If you want my opinion, you should be arrested. I'm dead serious. Like 120, 160 games. A professional grown-ass man does that, right? A professional grown-ass man. But when your kid hates baseball, by the time he reaches middle school and he's like, just whatever, that's on you. That's on you. Because everybody's kid's going to the major leagues. I played professional baseball, and I'm not the dumbass who thinks my kid's going to the major leagues. If he's good and he gets a college education, and perfect. But I already paid for his college, so I don't care. Nothing's worth my relationship to my son. That's my rant. You guys are fucking idiots, bro. So dumb. So dumb what you do to kids. They had Scoop. They had a kid, my buddy told me. They threw him 110 pitches. They threw him 110 pitches in a 7-inning game. First of all, it's supposed to be, and it's travel. Okay, I will say this. It's the travel guys. I'm directing at you because youth, rec leagues, little league, they do it right. There's pitch counts. You have to announce them. There's rest requirements, and you don't like it. And all these kids are playing double leagues. Travel's the wild, wild west. You're supposed to take them out of 75 pitches. And you know what you can pitch a kid? It's supposed to be 75 max pitches at this age per day. Per day.
Jesus.
So that means you could go back and pitch that kid another 75 the next day. And if you play a 3-day tournament, you can pitch him another 75. And if you don't think people are doing it, you're nuts. You're nuts. They pitched the kid 110, and there's no repercussions about it.
That's
None
messed
at
up.
all. None. It's gross.
All right, boys.
Sorry.
We have to name this bad boy. Any thoughts? Anything
Kid's
come to
more
mind?
of a man than Kershaw, I'll tell you that.
He's a bigger man than Kershaw.
What are we calling this? Really? Yeah,
He's a bigger man than Kershaw.
Oh, my goodness. Red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, that worked.
All right. We can do that. Red pill, blue pill it is. All right, boys. Ro, good luck at your tourney this weekend.
Oh, it's going to be a long drive. I'm getting up super
Nice.
early.
For those of you heading out to the spring game at Dry Pink Stadium on Saturday, keep a lookout. Myself, Scoop, Gio from The Legend will also be out there, and look forward to seeing all of you guys. So if you see us, make sure you say hi. And, yeah, looking forward to seeing it's nice that it's actually going to be in a real stadium that has, like, real seats and concessions and just like an actual. I mean, Lockhart was a goddamn dump by the time they finished doing spring games there.
Does this? So I've never been to this stadium. Does it have cover?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. The two main stands have cover. Now, granted, how the sun's coming in will depend
can
how
depend.
much cover
Well,
you have.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the south side, because it's.
But there's a roof over it. The sidelines are east-west.
They are east-west.
Yes.
Okay. Not a ton of cover then.
So you'll want to. Well, what is it? Noon. So it's gonna be right above us. So, yeah, you'll see.
Yeah.
I got an idea, though. I mean, this thing's got
This
a
guy.
This guy just flaunting
Does it?
shit
Goes
at
over
us.
your head.
It's good.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Never gonna see the
goes over your
goddamn thing.
Probably not.
Ever. Never gonna see it. Yeah, seriously. Make sure he has our home address as the equipment room guy. Just insane.
Why don't you put that in the mail?
Yeah, right?
Why don't you make an appointment next time? I
go in
figure
there-
anybody who would know
I go in
banks
there all the
is you.
time.
Yeah.
I told you to ask for my guy, for God's sake.
I
You don't
did.
think I
He
go in
wasn't
there all
there.
the time?
He wasn't there. Let me just point something out to all you guys listening. So, we have this business, and we opened our account 4 years ago or whatever with Wells Fargo. Yeah, we need to open another account to go along with our existing accounts. Wells Fargo won't let us do this unless all three of us show up at the branch together. Now, Ro and myself live an hour apart from each other. Scoop's kind of in the middle. So we show up to Wells Fargo today by Scoop's house, and we walk in. You guys don't have an appointment? Oh, sorry, no, we only do appointments here. I'm like, what is this, 2020 again? My Wells Fargo, you can just walk in and, you don't need an appointment? I'm like, it's so annoying. So if we could change banks and it wasn't such a pain in the ass, we would.
To what? They're all
listen,
paying
I know,
Wells
they're all, I
Fargo.
guess, I don't know, they all have that rule.
I just, look, I have 8 accounts, 10 accounts of Wells Fargo. So we're not changing because then
we're not.
becomes very much of a pain in the ass. But I don't understand.
Fucking appointment.
I understand that we need an appointment. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that my guy wasn't there. He runs the place. Because that would have been
the business manager guy was there, and he was like, "No, sorry, man, you need an appointment." Oh God, whatever, dude. It's so annoying. You just can. Oh.
Well, I hadn't gotten there yet.
I know.
I wish I had gotten there, and not that it would have mattered, but I would have made a bit of a stink.
Yep. All right, guys. That was a good one. We'll see you at the game on Saturday. Row, have fun in Atlanta. We'll be back with you guys next week, where Avante Williams will join us again. He will recap the spring game, how the offense did, how the defense did. See if he matches up against Exeter during the game, and then we can recap those plays next week with him.
Yeah. I'm going to be watching for that.
As always, go Canes! Bang.
That's another episode in the books. The Orange Bowl Boys are brought to you by Ed Morse Automotive Group. Visit edmorse.com.